I know I'm stealing this idea from Nikki Jakey, but he hasn't uploaded in a while. I just have this idea for a video game that might hit, probably not, but who knows. I present to you a Mafia game mixed with the Batman Arkham series, aka a Mafia game set in the Batman universe. Now we all know the Mafia games. They have for the most part some interesting characters.
What now? Well, this one don't like manual labor. What the fuck?
And the stories they tell, where you go from a nothing nobody idiot to somebody who wears nice suits and looks like a Godfather background character, are pretty interesting. The third game is different with a more open world where you slowly take over districts from the crime boss underlings. It's more tedious, but it definitely has the underlining for interesting game mechanics. The Gotham backdrop gives a great overly gritty and dark atmosphere, plus the many amazing villains with great writing that Batman has, plus you can't forget the 6'5" overly buff dude in a gimp costume. Batman. Now we could just set this game in any Batman universe, but there is a specific Batman comic I have in mind when choosing which universe to put this game into, and that is the Joker graphic novel.
Shut your
Good, bro, you okay?
I'm good, bro. You geeking, bro. I'm good.
Bro.
Bro, get hold of me. I'm good, bro.
Disclaimer, wild stuff happens, mature audiences, yada yada. Don't sue me. To give a quick summary, the Joker graphic novel follows Johnny Frost, a low-level crook who wants to make it to the big leagues, be a somebody who everyone knows, respects, and fears, to be a made man. After picking up the Joker who was recently released from Arkham Asylum, Johnny basically becomes the Joker's right-hand man, helping him gain back his money and territory that he lost by going along with him to perform a number of crimes and doing a bunch of jobs for him. Also during this time, Joker skins a man alive. I just want to point that out. And throughout all this, Johnny believes that he is of great importance to the Joker. As the story unfolds, we see how much Johnny is willing to sacrifice to become a made man, and how deep he is in this disillusion that he is a made man. As Joker continues his conquest, everyone around him is like, alright, this motherfucker out of pocket. But Johnny still sticks to his side even after he does some wild shit.
What the fuck?
As the novel reaches its end, Batman has caught up with the Joker and Johnny, as they're the only two left, as they stand on a bridge overlooking a large river below. Joker grabs Johnny and holds him hostage with a gun to his head. Joker starts yelling at Batman, wanting to know why he breaks the illusion of being a monster by always showing half of his face to still be human. Batman only says 3 words, to mock you. This causes Joker to freak out, and he shoots Johnny in the cheek, the jaw, something. I don't know where he gets shot. The wiki says he gets shot in the chin, so I guess we'll go with that. Anyway, Johnny slowly starts crawling to the edge of the bridge while the Batman and Joker fight behind him, his face disformed and bloody. In these moments, Johnny finally realizes that he never meant anything to the Joker and truly sees him for what he really is, a disease. But even in his last moments, Johnny still clings onto the disillusion of him being somebody as he falls into the river below. I think he dies.
He did the same joke about 3 times already. I don't think it's funny anymore.
There's also sort of a sequel to this, but it's weird and confusing, so we're not gonna get into that. Just kind of sweep that into the corner and forget about it. Now that we have what universe our Batman crime simulator is going to take place in, I can see 2 versions of the game. One is the most likely to happen if this entire wild idea does come to fruition somehow, and one is the dream game, you know, the ultimate crazy, insane idea I have in my brain. Starting with the realistic game, it would play out like the first 2 Mafia games, a linear story based on the novel. We play as Johnny, starting off as a low-level criminal before we start rolling with the Joker and start climbing the social rings, or at least we do in Johnny's head. They can include some minor story plots, like including his wife and the struggles, Johnny's time in prison, and some of the kills that were one-off panels cannot be fleshed out and explored. Some of the crazy action moments would correlate greatly into set pieces in a video game. Of course, we can omit some of the more wild shit that happens, but just an overall great story with a dark and gritty Gotham City to roam in would be a fantastic video game. It still surprises me that a game or show or movie or any type of other media hasn't already been made about this novel. It seems like such an obvious thing to make, but nah. Anyways, that's the most normal and obvious game to make. Now let's go into my fever dream ass idea. This game, instead of playing like a linear storyline like the first two Mafias, plays more like Mafia 3, where Gotham City is divided up into districts all ruled by different villains. Now we can again either play as Johnny Frost, helping the Joker take over these districts, or what I would like better, we make our own character. They can either be voiced or silent, whichever one works better for you, but this time we choose which crime boss we'd want to work for. Joker, Harvey Dent, the Penguin, who's not named the Penguin in this series for some reason, and even though he's not mentioned in the novel, let's just put Carmine Falcone. Maybe they can add more, but for the base concept, just 4 crime bosses to choose from, each with different benefits and perks. In Mafia 3, once you took over a district, you can give it to one of your underbosses. Each underboss had different perks and unlockables that you earned by giving them districts. One underboss, I forgot her name, gave you a van that allowed you to buy guns and ammo while on the move. Vito, my favorite, gave you a treasury that allowed you to deposit your money, and also you can call in backup for when you want to look cool with a bunch of Tommy gun wielding henchmen behind you. And the last one, I think he did cars. Look man, I really only cared about Vito in that game. Anyways, much like Mafia 3, each boss in Gotham has different perks. For instance, with the Penguin, his connections could give us huge discounts in stores or even access to black market weapons, vehicles, and clothes. Jazz nigga? Uppercut straight from hell, bro. Harvey Dent could pull strings in the Gotham police to make them look the other way while we're performing our misdeeds, and we could bribe dirty cops to give us information or perform hits for us.
We should be fair, though. This is a place of justice, after all. Screw justice. Kill her, and they'll all be
This nigga definitely a furry. The Falcone family would be just like Vito's, allowing us to call in trench coat Tommy gun wielding henchmen that follow us to our deaths. And for the Joker, I don't know, maybe something like bombs or better explosives, a grenade that shoots out laughing gas, just something over the top but still realistic enough to fit into the more dark gritty universe. To take over a district, you either have to kill or spare the top lieutenants, then go after the underbosses before taking the main boss. Much like Mafia 3, there can probably be a much larger pyramid of the chain of command, but just to keep things simple, there could be open world activities like robbing stores by yourself, all the way up to high stakes heists like robbing banks, which require more planning to go into it. And of course, we need Batman. Alright, so think of a bar, right? The more crime you commit, such as robbing stores, attacking a district, being an overall menace, the more this hidden Batman bar rises. It's better that this bar is hidden so you don't always know when the Batman is onto you. It plays kind of like a horror game and it fits well with the aesthetic. When the bar fully rises, Batman's onto you. You won't get like a huge pop-up that tells you that Batman's onto you. Instead, he'll attack from the shadows at an instant's notice. You can either try to shoot and incapacitate him or just try to run away. But if you do try to run, he will give chase. He'll have his Batmobile and an array of gadgets and tools at his disposal. One moment you're trying to drive away while he's chasing you in his big ass car, and as soon as you think you lost him, this motherfucker drops onto your car. Batman won't kill you, but if that motherfucker gets his hands on you, you're getting folded instantly. Like, no competition. Time progresses when he breaks all your limbs, so territories and districts you may have had under your arm now get taken over while you're recovering. This could run the risk of becoming tedious if he catches your ass lacking too many times, but I don't know, keep your head on a swivel. Now I don't know what the end game would be for this game. You capture all the districts, maybe you decide to become a top dog and kill off your boss, then take everything over, making you the Gotham villain you've always wanted to be. Maybe at the end you just kill Batman and cause total mayhem in the streets. I don't know, I guess that can be left up to you. I just think that a game evolving around and focusing on the villain side of things in the Batman universe would be very interesting. And I'm not talking about anti-heroes like the Suicide Squad. I mean a true evil menace who goes around Gotham doing criminal stuff, like robbing the elderly. I want to call scammer simulator type shit. Something that allows me to indulge in being a truly awful person.
To my YouTube channel, guys. Today I am going to make a new video.